What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Woke Bucks, and I'm back again with another video. So the topic that will be discussed today in this video is in regards to why we as people should stop looking up to celebrities. So there are certain celebrities, if not all of them, that we all look up to in society today. Like, for instance, Rihanna, Chris Brown, the Kardashians, LeBron James, and so on and so forth. So there is nothing wrong with wanting to achieve the level of success that these people have achieved, because these people are obviously successful for a reason. They put in the hard work into their crafts and have gotten to the places that they've gotten to today. You feel me? But the problem comes into play when we as people start to idolize these people, in the sense that we begin to see these people as a higher figure, like as a higher authority than ourselves. Basically starting to see them as gods and goddesses and not as human beings. Because whether you realize it or not, these people are still human beings. These people are still like in the world, and they have their own flaws. Like, they're not perfect. But that's what happens when you start to idolize people. When you idolize people, you make them into your god or your goddess, and then from there you can see them as perfect people, when in reality they're not. And you mainly see it within the celebrities that feel like they're entitled. Like, there are so many celebrities nowadays in society that feel like they're entitled because of all the recognition that they get from people that aren't really known, like normal people like yourself and myself. They give them this, what is known as hype. They give them this hype, and then from there, all that hype starts to get to their head, and they believe that certain things, that they deserve it. They basically deserve certain things in which they're wrong. Those celebrities that you see, they're wrong, because for you to believe that you deserve something is completely wrong. In life, if you ever want something, you always have to grind and work towards it. We all don't deserve things. Like, none of us deserve to be given things. You feel me? Like, by you basically saying that you deserve something means that it should be handed to you. But in all reality, that's completely wrong. If we all deserve things, we would all get what we want. But the reason why we all don't get what we want is because you have to work towards it. You have to work towards your goals and the things that you want to achieve in your life, and the pinnacle of success that you want to get to in your life. And the reason why most of us, if not all of us, won't do that is because not all of us are remaining consistent to our crafts and working hard. Like, a decent amount of us work hard, don't get it twisted, but not a lot of us are remaining consistent. Like, a lot of us would rather have dreams of becoming a certain thing than spending countless hours. Even if you fail consistently, they won't spend constant hours working towards that dream or goal of theirs until they achieve it. And that's why you have people that are unsuccessful, and that's why you have people that are successful. Because the successful ones, the people that we idolize, the celebrities, do you think they cared if they continuously failed? No, they did not. They continuously worked towards their goal until they achieved their goal. And even when they did achieve their goal, they kept grinding. They kept working hard to achieve what they wanted to achieve. But by no means does that mean that we have to start idolizing those people. Because the minute you start to idolize those people, you start to lose who you are as a person, because you are trying to fit into their standards. You are trying to live life the way that they did, when in all reality, you don't really know what happens behind closed doors. In all reality, you don't know what their life looks like outside of their profession, whether it be singing, basketball, golf, it doesn't matter. You don't know what they're going through. They could be living an extremely depressed life. They could be doing drugs just to stay awake. They could be doing a whole bunch of things. They could be taking Percocets. They could be doing a whole lot of things. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what they're suffering through. But you believe that just because of what you see on social media, of the type of glamorous life that they're living, that their life is complete. But you don't realize that those celebrities that you look up to, those are the people that are the most depressed. They're even more depressed than you might even be, or even more depressed than the people that are depressed might be. Because you have to understand something about these celebrities. Most of these celebrities, especially in the music industry, They sell their soul once they sign those contracts to become the special singers that they are. There are so many of them. They don't like the life that they live. The only entertainer or rapper that I know that was woke the way same way that I am and sees the way the world is for the way it truly is and sees through like all the like things of the Matrix was XXX Tentacion. He was the one that in his raps and in his songs he would talk about like the way society is for like what it is, and was able to navigate and see all these things. Like, for instance, like the interactions that people have on a day-to-day basis. I mentioned this in my previous video. Like, when you have interactions with other people, most people cannot see the underlying meaning behind what those people are talking about. And that's because those people lack understanding. Sometimes it takes multiple interactions of having like, or multiple interactions between you and that person for you to be able to see how that person truly is. But that won't come from like not experiencing it multiple times. You have to experience those things. You have to be able to experience it and see it and like see through that person and like their real intentions. That person, like you have people in society that can literally wrong you 1,000 times. And just because you're friends with them, you literally go back to them and think that, oh, it's okay. He's my friend. He would never do such a thing. But he's literally wronged you 1,000 times and has showed you to your face that he doesn't really associate with you. There was a quote that I heard, or there was a quote that I saw when I was younger, and I can really resonate with that quote in the sense that quote said that I don't care how much somebody tells you that they mess with you or that they associate with you, like they're cool with you, if their actions don't prove that they mess with you, that they really don't. So we have people in our lives nowadays that might not act the best to us, but always try to reassure us that they mess with us, like they're cool with us, like they don't have any beef, they don't have any problems with us. But their actions will always prove otherwise to why they don't mess with us. And then you start to think that it's something that you did. That's the problem that people don't understand in life, is that whenever something goes wrong with you and your friend, it's either something that they did or something that you did. And you'll never know until you fully sit down and talk with that person. And the sad part about that is that some people will never really be honest with you. But the thing is that as long as you're honest with yourself, you'll always know what happened. And you can never be honest with yourself if you don't see things from the way you're supposed to see them. Like if you ever had a dispute or argument with your friend and you were the main cause of it, you have to be able to understand your own faults and see where you messed up. But you always see people either trying to take the victim mindset or not really understand how things went south. Because that's why, that's because people don't pay attention to the interactions that they have with these people. People don't pay attention to the interactions. Because if you pay attention to them, you'll be able to see these things. You have to take note. You have to take caution of everything that happens between your interactions with all of your friends. That is what will make a difference in the long term. But I digress. Let's get back to the topic about the celebrities. We as people need to stop idolizing celebrities. It's good to want to achieve the level of success that they've achieved in their lifetime. But for you to want to be that person exactly is completely wrong, because you don't know what that person goes through. That person can have a lot of emotional, mental, spiritual, physical issues that they're dealing with, but they will never show you, because that's the part of their life that they don't want to display to the world. Because if they displayed it to the world, you wouldn't want to be like them anymore. All the celebrities, like I mentioned previously, they could be going through those issues. They could be going through those issues, but you will never know. And the reason you'll never know is because they're not displaying that side to you. Because if they start to display that side to you, then from there you'll start to think that, oh, I don't want to be like this person. This person has too many issues. I'd rather just make my life a whole lot simpler. Which is not bad, but it's like, you won't know that because you're idolizing that person. If you try to become the best version of yourself each and every single day and are not trying to copy one person but be yourself and keep working, then you won't have any other option but to get better. And when you get better, you can even achieve that level of success that those people achieved, if not higher. But that won't come from staying on the couch and being lazy. You have to work for everything in life. So if you know, it's because you have understanding. And if you don't know, it's because you lack understanding. This is the end of the video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave some comments and tell me what y'all think, and we'll be back with the next video. Stay tuned.